It is outdoor season, and we are going to give the ultimate outdoor design inspiration video that YouTube has ever seen.
Ever. So everything's in bloom. And what that makes me want to do is go out and refresh my patio, make all things new.
Yes. So we started pulling inspiration from old home tours. You know, we've been touring homes for a long time, and we've also been sharing on YouTube. So even some of this is our own spaces. So think screened in back patios, potting sheds, chicken coops, the most beautiful hydrangeas you've ever seen, and I mean,
More.
pools at pool houses. And
Umbrellas.
umbrellas.
Umbrellas are really, really popular.
Yes. So I have all of these rounded up so you can watch them and enjoy. Make sure you stay tuned to the end because we are going to give a FHL update at the end after you've enjoyed all these outdoor spaces. And if you want links to these spaces, there is a link in description with a blog post where you can watch the full tours. And I've also done a, let's call it a lookbook with our favorite outdoor furniture and pots, accessories, anything to make your outside spaces beautiful. So it's
Let's
time.
do it.
Welcome to the most beautiful pool house you've ever seen. This is new. You knew you were going to do this when you bought the house, right?
Yes. Yes.
So you've got Amazon, you've got Target, you've got
Ballard Designs.
well, Ballard's fancy, but I'm talking like you've got budget hacks.
Oh,
in
for
this
sure.
space.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you kind of have to balance it all if you want a cute little Ballard coffee table. Then you gotta find another place to save a little money.
Yeah.
So you said that tile choices are your hardest. The hardest for me is wallpaper because it's such a big commitment. So I really have analysis paralysis. So maybe I help you with tile and sometimes you help me with wallpaper.
This is like so amazing.
I don't consider myself a wallpaper expert by any means. We were in a little bit of a time crunch when I decided that I needed that to be wallpapered. And I had a different wallpaper picked out that when I had to change the flooring in here, I realized I do that all in my hands.
Oh,
When I changed the flooring in here, the new wallpaper, the old wallpaper that I had picked did not work at all with that. So I had to hurry up and find new wallpaper. And you won't believe it, that's Amazon wallpaper.
that's so good. It has that vintage feel. It goes with your overall vibe of your house. And you also have this, I really thought you thrifted that platter, those plates. That's the Target Studio McGee line.
Yes.
But don't try to find it.
They sold out really quick. That's the thing about outdoor. Every year I look, because we have a pool, you need outdoor dishes. You got to swipe them up quick because I feel like they just don't make enough of them.
No,
They sell out so fast.
yeah, now you know. I did not know. That's news to me.
If those are Target, the hats are all thrifted. All the cute towels, TJ Maxx, Home Goods.
So good. Okay, you also have a frame TV in here, which it's not wired yet, but
It's not wired yet. We just finished this project last week, so still doing some cleanup.
did you make the frame?
No, my contractor made them.
Okay.
He made them in the house, so I just had him do it out here too.
But it's not a real frame TV.
No, he made it out of molding from Home Depot.
So
I painted it.
if you don't have a frame TV, you can get the look for less.
Yes.
Yeah. Speaking of look for less, we're seeing the checkerboard floors. They're very popular. Doing the real marble is not cost effective by any means. Tell us about this flooring.
Well, and it had to be inexpensive because it's next to the pool. So we had to have something that could hold up to any kind of water and kids and things like that. But it's basically just really very inexpensive, like 12 by 12 tiles. And I just bought 2 different colors.
Where'd you get them from?
Floor and Decor.
Ah,
Yeah, so I bought 2 different colors and just had them lay them checked like that. The whole floor costs $300 maybe.
Wow.
there we go.
The tile.
Yes.
You carried it out throughout the rest of the space because on the other side of this wall, tell us about what's going on over there.
So that is going to be where my husband will home office, and it'll be like an extra family room type game room kind of space out there. Kind of like a man cave.
Yeah. Tell me how many rooms were going to be his office, because every time I came and would say, well, I think this will be his office. And now,
Well, I kind of had a little bit of a plan. I did not want his office downstairs in the library because I didn't want to look at all those cords from his big, and his a huge monitor. I did not want to look at all that. So I told him, you can office upstairs in the guest room because you'll be away from the dogs. It'll be so much better for you. Well, he realized that he doesn't really want a home office in the guest room. So the ultimate plan was to get him to move out here, and
it happened.
It worked. Yes.
Well,
Now I don't have to look at cords.
solutions. If you don't want to look at your husband's office cords, just build a stunning pool house.
Yeah.
And do some cost-effective things like amazing tile, Amazon wallpaper, etc.
Actually, over on the other side of this, we had extra flooring, so we just used it from inside, used it over there.
Yeah.
Great.
So we saved some money.
One last question here. Where is this picture from?
That's from Amazon also. And I have the same one in the sunroom, but smaller. So I knew I loved that one, so why not order it out?
So when you're on Amazon, do you search? What do you search?
Well, for that, I searched white. It's kind of hard to find white chandeliers, and that's not exactly white, but it's white enough for me.
Wow, I'm really shocked at what quality.
Oh, it is beautiful.
And everything you find on Amazon seems to be, and I mean, we've gotten these real touching flowers, we've gotten different things, but I was always fearful to do something really big like that. And you're doing a great job.
Well, the great thing about Amazon, though, is if you get it in and it looks cheap, then it's so easy to send back.
True.
Honestly, I'd rather
Probably.
We need
yeah.
Today's video is brought to you by a game changer in our kitchen, Good Chop. We just grilled their grass-fed ranch steaks and wrapped their thick cut bacon around chicken breast in the oven, and y'all, next level. The quality blew us away, and you can taste the difference. This is 100% grass-fed beef and antibiotic-free chicken, all sourced from American family farms. No guessing at the grocery store, just clean, high-quality protein delivered straight to your door. The variety is amazing with over 100 cuts to choose from. We've been trying new things with every box we order, and everything is vacuum sealed and frozen at peak freshness, so it is always ready when you are. If you got a busy schedule and want to skip the store without sacrificing quality, Good Chop is the move. And right now you can try it for less. Go to goodchop.com/YouTube and use code FHL50 to get $50 off plus free shipping on your first box. That's goodchop.com/YouTube, code FHL50. Trust me, y'all, you are going to love it. You have the most magical back patio right off your bedroom. The screens go down and the fireplace.
Yep.
Talk about that designing that room.
Well, our bedroom's on the back of the house, which is beautiful. It's good and bad. I mean, like last night there were 5 boys out there being real loud late at night, so there's that. But we wanted an outdoor living space, but we also wanted an outdoor space off of our bedroom. So that was kind of the best way to do it, was just combine the two because of the layout of our house. That worked the best, and I wanted it to be kind of grand and,
Yeah.
And so we do have screens that roll down in the fall. We sit out there with the fire and whatever. And right now we can put it down and like the fan goes and it does kind of keep that area cooler.
And the mosquitoes out.
And the wind and the mosquitoes out. And June bugs. Oof.
June bugs. And you just push a button.
Yeah, it's a remote and they just
It's
roll
magical.
down.
I think I would live out there for sure.
So that was kind of the plan for that, was just that it was something pretty off the back, but that it was like multi-use. So we didn't have a lot of other places for a big patio.
Yeah. On the way upstairs, there is an amazing patio with a beautiful fireplace. The porch can be screened in. It has a great sitting area and a dining table, and it really is an extension of the inside, which I I dream of a space like that, and it reminds me a lot of Stephanie's patio. I just think
Yeah,
that's
yeah. So actually, Stephanie Benedetto, who you guys know and love, of Blooming Ivy Lane, her husband actually Matt built the home.
Yeah.
With Jesse, and this was something that they did, and Jesse loved it as well, and so it's something he's kind of proud of.
Yeah,
I would be too.
proud of. Okay, let's go upstairs.
Have your second potting area over here as well. Tell us about
The
that.
greenhouse. Greenhouse.
It's the greenhouse, and I probably use it more than anything. It's kind of a catch-all. I keep plants in there that I need to. A lot of things goes in there over winter.
Okay.
I keep a lot of things in there that I have bought for other clients and are just going to keep in there for a while. And I have tried to do some seeds. I'm not great at that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can keep things alive once they're established.
I'm not great at that yet. I'm going to keep trying. There are, ranunculus and anemones and those kind of things that I just love those flowers.
Yeah.
And so I thought I can grow those.
Yeah.
But
Well, guess what?
But what you can grow, and what I am beyond impressed with, are your hydrangeas. Tell
oh
us
my
about
gosh.
those.
I love hydrangeas, and I have probably a lot of different kinds of hydrangeas in here. The big ones over here are called Incredible. They're by Proven Winners. And I like those really well because they have really strong stems.
Okay.
They're a type of Annabelle. The Annabelle hydrangeas have a tendency, when they get those big mop heads on there, they'll collapse.
Heavy.
But with the Incredible, they stand up straight, and they will it'll look just like that all summer long.
And
And
you
so
said
you
you
said-
thought that was dead.
I did. It was been in that pot. It just looked like it was dead. So I cut it off about 6 inches from the top of the pot, and I just set it out over here all during the winter. I didn't pay any attention to it.
Wow.
I was going to just throw it away in the spring. So anyway, when spring came, like 1st of March, started getting some green on it. So I thought, well, it's not dead. I'll just see what I can do. So I fed it, trimmed it up a little bit, and
There you go.
there it is. There it is.
You have more hydrangeas.
I do.
Too.
I
And
do have that.
Tell us about that amazing
Well, they're
planter.
the same type. They're Incredible in that that's an old English 1800s grain bin
Green bin.
that Kathy had bought for the store, and it was just so big, so heavy. It can't be moved very well. I mean, it's going to stay there forever because it is beastly heavy. And so, it has got 3 different compartments. So I've got 3 Incredible hydrangeas in that. So that should be.
And
Good.
those were alive. You knew
Yes,
those
I
were
bought
alive.
those. I mean, actually, I just put those in the spring,
Okay,
early
okay.
spring. So yeah, they were alive. I did.
You thought once that came back,
thought,
you're
well,
like,
yeah, I
I'm
can do that.
committed.
Absolutely. Yeah. Then we've got hydrangeas over there that are the oak leaf.
I just bought oak leaf too.
Yeah,
So, I
yeah.
mean, it doesn't have any flowers or anything, but
Well,
Yeah.
and one thing you just need to know: don't trim on them.
don't trim.
Okay.
Okay. I heard it.
Yeah, don't trim on them. So anyway,
Okay.
then this whole here is just more of a kind of perennial garden.
Okay.
I've got some echinacea, and I've got some phlox, and actually I've got another hydrangea over there called pufferfish. It's a new one by Proven Winners, and it's not as big as these, but it gets those big white blooms.
And you
And it
said
likes-
Proven Winners is your trick. Like that's.
I love
that's-
Proven Winners.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's talk about your back patio. We are on your back swing, which is the family favorite. Many naps have been had on this patio swing.
Yeah, so I have invested. I mean, these are very expensive, really,
Yeah.
unless you can build it yourself. But it was worth it because my son-in-law loves me for it. I even look when we're on vacation somewhere that has a porch swing because it's that special to our family. We love hanging out here.
Yeah. And I feel like it's just a place to rest, but you can also fit a lot of people on this swing. So we're taking up like half of it. So if you want to get, pile up all the kids, all the dogs, all the people, this is
We've done it.
We have done it. Also, you did a really cute tablescape on your coffee table. Talk about your decor there.
So we used really bright flowers. Some of them we got from our yard, and some of them we just picked up from HEB or Central Market, a grocer here in Texas.
Yeah.
And then we use lots of citrus because nothing says summer like florals and citrus.
Yes.
Yes.
You saw that at the Blooming Ivy Lane, or the brunch that we hosted with Blooming Ivy Lane. We did lots of citrus. We even learned how to cut a grapefruit properly. We've always known how to decorate with them, like throw them on a table, but we didn't know how to cut them.
We didn't know.
Now we know. And if you don't know, then you need to pop back to that video after this one.
Yeah.
So you have really cute seating here, which we can link. It's lasted pretty good.
This is the best seating. Also, our friend The Old Barn has the same
Jessica.
furniture, and it's in the elements, y'all, because only half of our porch patio back here is covered.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of rain and wind and hail and all the things that happen, and it just is amazing. And it's real wood.
Yeah.
And so we've loved it.
Yeah, I think it's Ashley Home.
I'm not sure. I got it from Nebraska Furniture.
Yes.
So
but I'm
we'll
pretty
look
sure.
at that.
Yeah, I'll link it in cards. But a lot of people have requested it. But yes, also Jessica, the Old Barn has it, and I will link to her tour in the cards as well because it's fun to see the same furniture in a different environment. And her tour is just a good one. Anyways, what hasn't held up as well, I think it looks great. It's aging in the sun. Is your Facebook Marketplace hutch?
Yes, $100, and I love it. Some of our viewers have said, seal it, make it last, but I'm not really a DIYer. I know that's ridiculous, but unless Shelby does it, it really doesn't happen.
It needs another coat of something.
But what I feel like is that it has become
Patina?
Patina? No, like, what is that? Organic, like coastal feel when wood
Like
gets
bleached?
Bleached. Thank you. That was the word. And so I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. But I did need to mention it because I know it is brought up. People are afraid of that getting. It looks like it has history and maybe more of an investment just because the hardware and the.
It's not falling apart yet. No.
Yet.
We've had it out here for a few years, and it's definitely just gotten a lot of wind and rain. And again, we love it.
Yeah. But the bonus was the shed because I always had a vision for it. And my husband, maybe you too, were like, really? And I've shared this in our last video. We did a progress report mostly on the outside, but I knew it was going to be dreamy. I knew it was going to be awesome. It has power and it has a lot of space. It's big.
Well, when you shared inspiration from some of our friends out there who've done it really well, then I got excited.
Yeah.
And so, but my job was to style. So I just kept saying, we got to get this done because I wanted to put the finishing touches on it. And it turned out better than I expected.
But it did take a while because there were things I wanted, like the sink. So we found a sink. I actually just started putting my feelers out. I would message anyone that I knew that did antiques or treasure hunted. Hey, have you seen a sink like this? Because I saw this inspiration on Instagram and it's just hard to get your hands on something like that. I saw them retailing on Google for like $2,500. My chickens don't need a $2,500 cast iron sink, but I did want it. So found it. What did we spend? $100?
I think we spent $100, but we got the cabinets too. So we're going to go ahead and Facebook Marketplace or sell those and make our money back. Yeah. Honestly, what you originally found was a little bit different, but what we found was actually better.
It literally fits. When I divided I wanted the shed to be half chicken coop, half potting shed. The sink is exactly half of.
Did you do half and half?
It's half and half.
Oh, okay.
It feels bigger on the potting shed, I think, because we've decorated it and we've styled it. But it is exactly, the shed is 16 feet long and it is 8 feet and 8 feet.
And the reason you did that is because a friend who had experience shared with you that she thought she should have given herself more room.
Yeah. She said the chickens are always outside. They are only really sleep in the coop. And she is right. They love their run. The run is 40 feet by 35 feet, I think, something, or maybe it's 50 feet by 40 feet. It's big. And so they're outside, they have space, they love grass and sun. And you can see that some of them hopped out of the fence, which is a very regular occurrence.
Listen, you're talking about your chickens, but what about the ducks?
I have ducks too. They do not hop out of the fence, so they are currently my favorite. But they don't spend a lot of time inside of the coop, so it's really a place for them to sleep, run from predators, lay eggs. It is not they're all stuffed in there all day, but it's still pretty big. Even if like days that it gets really, really hot, they do spend more time in the coop. So it's nice to have the space if they need it, but we don't need it that much. But I did want the storage. I wanted it to be pretty, and unfortunately, when you want things to be pretty, space is your friend, because you can collect things like a hutch or a giant cast iron sink or whatever. So
so the hutch has become a place where we will store pots and seeds and all the things that you would use in your garden.
Yeah.
And it's so cute.
I also have like chicken supplies in there. So if I like the light for the brooder box, little things like if I got chicks or whatever. So there's a lot of things that need to be stored in there that are ugly. I also thought about putting a little curtain in front of the sink and storing more there. So that just depends on how I collect. If you think that would be cute, comment below. I'm kind of have mixed feelings. I like the kind of
Open,
minimal. I like that, but I also think it'd be cute.
I call that my greenhouse.
Greenhouse,
Yeah,
okay,
it's been greenhouse from the very beginning, and it's probably about 15 years old.
It's very
And you
sweet.
said you built it yourself.
I built it all myself. The old windows came from downtown McKinney
Okay.
in Jenny Lynn's shop, which is no longer there. It's a fabric store and interior design store. And she put in all new windows in her building. Karen did. She's a friend of mine. And so I got her windows, her old windows.
So good.
So I built that until I came to the roof, and then I hired somebody to the roof.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get up on a ladder. I
No.
thought that could be kind of dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have briefly shared your patio before, but I've never gotten it in its full glory. You know, like it's always when we come, there's like lights blasting in, so it's hard to get it. But today is the day to get it in all of its glory. And I know you had a table you're working on.
I did. I really wanted it to be finished because it's going to be so awesome, but that didn't happen yet, so.
And I know, like, when you're doing it, you think, oh, like, darn, it's not amazing. But this, to me, when we walked in, I was like, this is so cute, so well done. And I love that you added the flags for really all of summer, all the patriotic holidays. And you said you do that a lot in the summer.
I do. I usually put things out with the little bit that I do Memorial Day, and I leave it until Labor Day, because then you have 4th of July and Flag Day, and just so many patriotic holidays fall during those 3 months. It's the perfect time to pull out what you have and leave the flags out.
Yes. And so this is always kind of where your table is, or a table is. And you do a lot of tablescapes in here.
I do, and we love to be out here when we can. And of course, this time of year, this is the west sun, so we don't get to enjoy it as much from now until October. But the rest of the year, we eat out here a lot. I love to entertain out here, and I do a lot of my tablescapes out here.
What's nice about it is you have these amazing garage doors, and so you can close it for mosquitoes or things like that and just enjoy the patio. So I love that. You have a sink here, which, does that get used very much?
Not a lot, but some, because if we grill out here, or if I'm doing projects with repotting things, it's great to have it outside and not carry the mess inside. So I use it a fair amount. And the garage doors are great because in the winter time when it's cold back here, we can close those and light the fire in the fireplace and open all of these French doors, and within about 30 minutes it's about the temperature of the house. And so we have an extended area to entertain if we're having a lot of people and we want to open this up. So they were really a great addition.
Well, so if you do that in the summer, that doesn't really apply.
No, because it just kind of makes it like an oven out here.
Well, it's 100 degrees in Texas right now. We are
Right.
in June and it is now 100 degrees officially. So that's part of our issue here. But if you were in another part of the country, that might work for you.
Oh, it would be great. And we also, originally the idea was to put the ghost screens up there that kind of disappear. And we just haven't done that yet, but we would like to do that. So that would help with the bugs and the mosquitoes and would keep the airflow in here. It just, because this faces west, it gets so hot in here. It's just unbearable with them opened or closed. You just kind of almost can't be out here during the
You almost
summer.
need like one of those Mr. Cool units.
Yes.
That people are.
Yes.
So someone sponsor Miss Michelle. Miss Michelle.
Some misters and some screens.
Yeah. So send some sponsorships our way for that, because that would be wonderful.
Yeah,
I
right,
would think
yeah, that would help a lot.
Hang out. Would you if we hooked you up? Would we be able to just come and hang out whenever?
Absolutely.
Free reign. Okay.
So what I was going to say was over here, and as it is with the dining, you always have the most coziest sitting places, nooks. So this side is for dining. This side is for just cuddling.
We watch TV out here. When we watch TV, we don't watch TV a lot, but when we do and the weather cooperates, we like to sit out here, and as long as we can have a fire in here, we do that. And I don't like looking at that empty box, so I tried to get creative this year and fill it with extra flower pots that were all over my garage.
I thought that was so
but
cute.
Yeah, we love this space.
Are those new flower pots?
No.
They're old.
They're old.
Yeah.
They're used. And most of them I had in the garage, and some that I've picked up. When I had that idea, I started really keeping an eye out for them at an estate sale or thrift stores. And I was surprised how many I found.
Yeah.
And so what I did buy was $1 or $2 a piece. I did not spend much money on that at all.
Well, I wanted to do that as well in mine, but I can just imagine my 1-year-old just tossing flower pots around across the room. But it's a great idea, even for an indoor. I think in the spring and the summer it would be really cute.
It would be fun. I was going to do it indoors, and then I remembered that we have like gas logs, and that would have been a big ordeal to move that. This is a wood burning, and I didn't have to remove logs, so it just worked easier out here.
So one time you told me about the mantle on the fireplace. Tell us that story.
So when we were building the house, and I was kind of on the hunt for some vintage and architectural pieces to really bring some uniqueness and character to the house, I saw that posted on one of the online sales, Facebook Marketplace or one of the local, online garage sales. And it was in the Highland Park area of Dallas, and a lady had salvaged it from a tear down of a home that was over 100 years old. And I was lucky enough to grab it on that sale. So I drove into Dallas one day and got it, and I think it was $100. And so that was a treasure, and it just made more of a statement of that wall and that fireplace.
Well, every time I come here, I want to go thrifting and estate selling, and you always have some story or something new that's really fun, and you're like, it's $1. I'm like, okay, well, let me go try to work that out. So it's amazing.
See, and you have boxwoods and a cutting garden. So all the things that you use to decorate the mantle and the tables are just from your backyard.
Yeah, for the most part. And in the winter, we have some cedar or blue spruce trees around the neighborhood, and some are in my friend's backyard. So I'll ask friends or neighbors or something that I know has something maybe that I don't have. So most of the time when I do clippings or things, it's either from mine or from a friend's yard.
It's wild. Well, one thing, you always have warm neutrals everywhere. Like, that's your signature. But I came in today, and not only on the patio, but inside, you've introduced some blues.
I have. A couple of years ago, I realized that I had my great-grandmother's blue and white transferware set in a cabinet. And I thought, the blue and white, I'm drawn to it. And I appreciate it, even though I don't typically use it, because I just don't typically gravitate to color. And I thought, the blue and white is so classic and kind of screams summer to me. So I decided to start pulling out just little bits of it, just for some hints of summer decor in the house. I already had it, and I've collected a few more pieces to go with it, since I kind of found that I enjoy doing that in the summer. So yeah, I've kind of started adding that in the
love
summertime.
Yeah, you never see the same house twice because every time we come in, she's refreshed for season. And also, one of the neat things about Michelle is that you see things at a different vantage point. Like you'll do quirky things, like your rugs are never straight on, or not. Some of them are not straight on, or they're layered, and so there's just always something of interest everywhere you look. But what I love about this patio especially is that it truly is like you're inside, but you're outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actual furniture and dining and living room, and it's slipcover and it's cozy, and so I love that.
And I think the slip covered furniture, because most of it, except the chairs, is slip covered, which is great for out here because I can pull it off, because obviously it gets dusty out here. It doesn't matter how much we clean it, it's going to get dusty. So I can pull that off and wash it and throw it back on, and it works great. And then chair cushions are the same thing. So it's a great thing to have for outdoor furniture.
Yeah.
And these are IKEA, were they?
This one is not. The chair is IKEA, and that's one that I found on the Facebook Marketplace that somebody wanted, like, just come pick it up. So that was great. And this sofa I found in South Texas, in Fredericksburg, Texas, years ago, and I went into a antique mall, and they had this sofa, but it was just the sofa part, not a cover, and it was just covered in the like muslin or domestic fabric, but it's down-filled, all of it. And so I bought it and brought it home, and I just bought kind of a loose-fitting slip cover to fit the sofa part, and then I took the down cushions to a seamstress and had covers made that are zippered so I can still take them off. And I did two fabrics. I did a matelassé on one side and a solid, like a cotton twill, and so I can reverse them, the backs and the seats. And I just love it because it is squishy and cozy because it's all down. So yeah, that's one it's been with me a long time.
So the slipcover is just like a general, like you just got it online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing about Michelle, is that everything's unexpected and everything is very unique. You're not going to go to the store and buy something that you see here because it's all in her head.
But I hope it inspires because it's like, I feel like, oh my gosh, no matter what my budget, I can do it when I come to your house.
And that's the thing, is I try to keep it budget friendly. I don't like to shop at big box stores typically. I like to find the unique things, but I also want them at a bargain. And part of that is because I like to change it often. And so I'm not going to make big investments in furniture because then you feel like you can't change it often. And since I like to, and I love to find a deal. So I hope that things that I'm sharing and posting and doing inspires people to find the look-alike or to realize you can have beautiful spaces on a budget.
I do love the doors that it goes out, so you get access, and it, like, if someone's at the fire pit or people are down at the lake, everyone feels like they're together, even with these spaces being separate.
And speaking of that, the outdoor spaces, oh my goodness, this is so amazing.
I know, when I pulled up, I was like, did they just plant their landscaping? Like,
so good.
All of mine would have been dead by now.
I know.
Me too.
They have the most amazing maintenance crew, and this really is their like second home, so they spend like half the year out here. And I definitely would.
Oh, for sure.
Y'all do a lot of entertaining. You have a beautiful pool, and what did you call it? A casita?
Yeah, I call it a casita because I'm from the Rio Grande Valley, so I make everything Spanish. And so we call our little house that has like our cooking and stuff in it a casita.
Okay.
Yeah. And actually Rodney works in there a lot too.
Wow.
There's a table and he'll sit in there and work. So
y'all have like just spots that you can,
wherever you're in the mood that day.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's literally the way he is. Yeah. Today he's at WeWorks, but yeah.
There you go.
That's awesome.
So I hope you enjoyed these outside spaces. It was really fun filming these tours, but even more fun to look back, take the inspiration and be able to apply it to this season. Mom and I are both going to do some little refreshes and hopefully share next week.
I have squirrel issues.
She's doing a refresh because her squirrels are I guess you don't own the squirrels, but these
Well,
squirrels,
they live here.
yeah, they have come and made a home. But I also, at the end, I wanted to share our just, I don't know, gratefulness for everyone showing up for our warehouse sale. We're going to call it a pop-up shop next time just because I think there's some confusion on what is a warehouse sale. Almost like they were thinking it was garage sale, but we really did round up the best stuff. So this is stuff that you want to bring in your home. We had Blooming Ivy Lane come out, Vintage Home, all of your favorite home tour gals all came together in our space.
We had so much fun.
Yeah.
We laughed until we cried. We decided that it was such an amazing event and it went so well that we're going to do it on the regular.
Yes, so
Yeah.
we will release dates very soon and we're going to bring in all the same gals and do something awesome. Also wanted to share that She Wears Joy came out and she set up a charm bar and it was so sweet, perfect for Mother's Day. I bet your mother would even love it, even if you're a little late. I think this is going to be kind of late to the party to order Mother's Day, but I mean, belated Mother's Day with that
She
gift.
has the sweetest jewelry and it's just so precious. And of course, I bought my little Quinny something.
Yeah.
She got a diamond Q
Yeah.
and a little necklace. And we had so much fun meeting them and meeting so many of you. And we just can't wait to do it again.
Yes. And so I just wanted to thank y'all. I hope you know that it really is like, this is community. This is family. Like, sometimes it feels like we're just sharing beautiful homes and inspiration, and it doesn't feel purposeful. I mean, to me, it is something I'm passionate about, and we love sharing it. But you want it to be onto something more. You don't just want to be like, oh, here's a gorgeous light fixture. You want to be like, okay, we're creating an environment where people want to come together, make memories. And it was when in that space, connecting with everybody and like, I don't know, meeting y'all in real life just made me feel like, oh, you're not wasting your time.
No, it feels very meaningful and we feel like we've made so many friendships and we're so excited to do it more.
Yes. It's like the Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends?
Maybe they don't watch that movie. Maybe you and I only have tacky humor.
Anyways, we love y'all. I hope you know that we are excited every time we share, and your comments and your connection is so valuable to us. And thank you for giving us our dream jobs that we didn't even know were a dream.
Nope, it's the dreamiest. We love y'all.
Okay, bye guys.